Yekini ń bẹ nígbó tí wọ́n ń dún mọ́ òun mọ́ òun. Bí ó bá pani kó pani, bí ó bá sì pani kó.
Hi people, welcome to another episode of Popcorn Crushers. My name is Alima and I'm happy to be the host today again. Today we're taking it from another angle. We're going to be reviewing a Yoruba movie, which is JANKARIWO. JANKARIWO actually means cobweb in English, and I'm sure that you all know what that is. This movie is actually about a certain king that wants to hold on to power forever. He doesn't want to die and he wants to be so relevant till eternity. Yeah. And this movie was actually produced by Bukunmi Oluwashina. And for this movie, it's very enjoyable and it's nice. So basically, I think for this movie, it was supposed to be about this king that was supposed to hold on to power forever and get to do one or two things, but it turned out the other way around. It's actually suspense filled and it's a very good one, a great movie. I'd like to also look at the cinematography of the movie. I mean, for a Yoruba movie, a movie that was, I think these guys are really getting better. They're getting better at what they're doing these days. Because I would tell you that I was not expecting so much from this movie, but the costumes were well delivered, the sound, the graphics, it wasn't bad at all. And it didn't also seem to me like a movie that was done in a rush. I felt like they paid so much attention to details. They looked at every bit and they wanted to like dot their I's and actually cross their T's too. The costumes, because for this very movie, Bukunmi had to play 3 different roles, if not more, in that particular movie, and she delivered every role. Like in total, she paid so much attention and she did beautifully well when it comes to the role. And the storyline was actually a very beautiful one. I mean, I was not even from the beginning of the movie, I thought it was just like a random or the regular Yoruba kind of movies that we've been seeing, but I must say she got me on this one. To the pros of the movies, I would give it a whole lot. Firstly, I like to start from where she had to play the role of an Indian, and she had to also play a village girl. As well, she played a tout. All 3 roles were hand in hand, and she was able to, especially the Indian part, the costumes. I was expecting that there would be some sort of flaws for that part of the costume where she had to play the Indian girl, but she got it from the hair to the styling to even the accent, which caught me by surprise. And for the village girl too, where she had to play the local girl, she also did. And I was wondering, like, how much time did she have to put into the shoot and to master all those acts? And for the other side of the movie, how was it? It wasn't bad. For me, I don't really have anything negative to say about the movie. I'm not trying to be biased here right now, but it's just about what I had to see. So now most times you feel like when people are given certain roles, maybe it's either they under deliver or they over deliver. But in this case, I feel like she delivered her roles very well, and every actor in that movie got to deliver their roles well, because she starred people like Odunlade Adekola, Ibrahim, Chatta wasn't left behind, Adedimeji Lateef was also on this very one, and they all played a very beautiful role. And the beautiful thing also is that I was expecting that the movie was supposed to go to the cinemas actually to see this movie, and to my greatest surprise, it was just there on YouTube. And a reason being that she wanted the movie to be accessible to everybody. She wanted everyone to see the movie, whether you're privileged or not. She wanted, and as we all know, it's usually very little MB to download Yoruba movies on YouTube, so she decided to put it on there. So nice one. And for the storyline, I liked that when I saw the trailer of the movie at first, I felt like, oh, it was something doable for the king, because I was expecting, oh, the king was going to do this. And I felt like from the very beginning, or somewhere along the line, I was going to be able to tell where the movie was going to end. But really, I would say that for every scene and for every part of the movie, I was looking forward to the next scene, because I couldn't really tell where she was going fully well. So for the moral, I like that Bukunmi was trying to portray, like, I feel like the movie was talking about Nigeria in general. That's one part that got me. She's trying to talk about our country and our leaders alongside with the youth. I feel what could have started, well, I don't know if she's been cooking up the story for a while, but I also feel like this NSAS saga that happened last year must have contributed greatly to our storyline, because towards at the end of the movie, that's the part 3, she was able to make us understand, or she was able to give us a brief write-up about how the king was the government, then Abike, which is the woman that gave birth to all the children that played all 3 roles, how those kids were we the youths, or the people, the masses, and the king was more like a current day government that want to hold on to power for so long and never want to leave. So it was a beautiful one for me. If I'm asked to say something, if I'm asked to rate this movie, I give it a 10 over 10. And I implore you guys to go see this movie, because it's very much on YouTube. All parts available, Yoruba TV to be precise, and it's as well subtitled. So if you don't understand Yoruba, you might be wondering, oh, some part of the movie were actually also done in English, like for the parts where she had to play the Indian, she was actually speaking English like an Indian person, an Indian accent, I mean. And it's a very lovely movie. It's going to watch your time. And well, I feel that basically the movie is just all about you not being too greedy, especially when it comes to power. When you're given the opportunity to do something, do your bit and don't get over obsessed. He was talking about how power can actually corrupt in a very short time, and people don't like to drop or leave the throne of power. So basically, that's just about it on JANKARIWO. So you guys should stay glued to the channel. Thank you.
Somewhere in Africa, Nigeria to be precise, in a small village called